guys, and welcome back to the 19th episode of Mindless Podcast. Today we're going to be doing Who's the Most. So essentially we're just going to be like asking questions along the lines of like, who's the most, chaotic, for example. So we're just going to do those. Some are going to be oddly specific, but it's all going to be fun. So now we're going to hop onto the riddle.
Okay, so I feel like you guys might have heard this one, but I'm going to try it, and if not, we have backup. So, lighter than what I am made of, more of me is hidden than seen. What am I?
I don't know, what kind of things are typically hidden, guys?
Fog.
Like, that you can't see most of.
It's not
It's
fog.
Well, I suppose because water's heavy, so it could be fog, but it's not, because Eva just said it wasn't.
It could be fog, but it's not.
Well, you said it
Like-
wasn't, so it's not. Can you give us any hints? Oh, wise riddle teller?
Okay, so you're on the right track, kind of with like the fog idea. So it's like water-based kind of
Vapor. Water vapor. Yeah.
But you can only see half of me? Was that what you said?
More of me.
thing. More of me is
than
hidden than seen.
the water inside our body.
No.
Is that heavier?
Bodily fluid.
Is that heavier than what it makes up?
There's no
then?
specific ones at that point. It went from water to just any bodily fluid.
Wait, what was the first? I can't remember what the first half of the riddle was.
Lighter than what I am made of.
Yeah.
Lighter than what I'm made of. Yeah, I'm really. It's like nap time for me right now. So
Yeah.
my brain is
Right.
not.
Okay, so-
I can't think of anything.
So like Seneca's getting closer. Think of, because she said vapor, right?
Well, yes.
And then it's water-based. It's like a water thing. So like, think of. I'm gonna like. I can't really give any hints where it won't give it away completely, but like think of the other forms. There's vapor, like liquid, gas,
So, like,
and
ice?
solids.
fog.
Ice.
And then specifically, like more of me is hidden than seen, right?
Mist.
No, go back. You were closer with the ice.
Oh,
Ice.
more
That's-
Oh. Dry.
That's literally half the word.
Dry ice.
ice cream. Icicle.
It's kind of like that, but bigger.
Big ice.
Ice.
Um. A very very large stalactite made of ice.
No.
No place.
Glacier?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah. A glacier, iceberg.
Iceberg.
Ah.
Look at you, Melanie.
Oh
the
yeah,
most
no,
awake
okay, I get it
group.
now. Wait, I get it.
Mhm.
You're smart.
I was like, I'm so done, tired.
What is
No,
the
I'm
name for
sorry,
it?
I'm sorry, my
I
brain
don't
has
get the
just-
second part.
is in the process of turning off.
Oh. Wait.
So-
Alright, we'll turn
It's
it
like
back on.
underwater.
Yeah, no.
You
I
only
got
see like the
that,
top
yeah.
part.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to who's the most questions. So the one that I chose out was who would be the most funny drunk. Now, like obviously none of us have ever gotten like drunk. Underage drinking not gonna be promoted in this podcast.
My
Water.
immediate vote is for Eva
Mine
Because-
too.
because she gets this specific kind of way when she's like a little bit sleep deprived or feeling a little bit off a certain day. I don't know if I can't remember enough to tell it, so I don't know if you, Eva, or possibly Miss Omnipotent editor who is recording this right now can tell the cowgirl story from art class.
I can. I don't know if that's just me. Okay, I can tell this. So, this was second period in high school, sophomore year. So second period, I'm still kind of
No, this
tired.
is freshman year.
Oh yeah, it is freshman. Okay, it's still second period. I'm tired. We're doing art. I'm with the editors next to me, and Heather's sitting with me. We're in art class, and I have this thing where the problem is I have a normal kind of train of thought, but then I only say like the last part of my thought randomly, so you have like no context behind it. So I was thinking, I don't even know why. Maybe I think it's because Heather, you were doing like the weird. Do you remember doing that weird impression of like the man or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that, but
I can't do it anymore, and it's so sad. I
I don't know.
do it
I
anymore.
must have been thinking like Western, and I was like, what if we were all like, like a Western movie? And then I was like, what if we were all cowboys? But then I'm like, well, we're not boys, we're girls. And I'm like, well, what would be like the gender? That's why I thought like cow people, because that's genderless, right? So then I turned to both of them. I was like, guys, what if we were cow people? And they were just like, what? And it didn't register that they actually thought like cow the animal. To me, it made sense.
They just thought it was like half cow, half person, pretty much.
Oh, like, so context for editor and I, we were just sort of sitting at again. It was early in the morning. It was second period, but I think it was a Wednesday, and so we only have even periods on Wednesdays, or at least back then we did. So second period was our first class. So it's like, well, Wednesday start. What time did Wednesday start?
Like 9:20 or something.
Yeah, so it's like 9:30 in the morning. You know, we're freshmen. We're tired. We're working on our own individual art piece. I think it was back when we were doing the logo thing, but I'm not sure. So we're each sort of hunched over our own sort of individual piece that we're working on. And like, you know, concentrated in the zone. I don't know about editor. I get very in the zone when I do art. And then out of the blue, Eva just like looks up from her work and says, "Hey, what if we were cow people?" And editor and I are just like,
sorry? Like, yeah.
It made so much sense to me.
Because not only was it like out of context, it's like we weren't even having a conversation. We had been working.
Oh no, yeah, we were not talking previous to this
for like the past 10 minutes. So
the fact that I was there, I would have just followed up and completely ignored that and just kept going with you.
And just kept doing it. Yeah, there wouldn't have been any question.
Yeah, so and I was too tired to really process much because again, it was like early in the morning. So it was just sort of like it just sort of screeched my entire brain to a halt. Like I was like, yeah. I'm sorry. What? What?
I really just wanted to like start a conversation with you guys because it's fun in art, but that's how I start. What if we were cow people, guys?
I think we had a conversation after that because you need to fill us in on exactly what you meant by that statement. But
no, I feel like you would be the funniest drunk. Not like you would be the funniest person. I just think you would be the funniest only because you'd be crying 24/7. I feel less.
Oh yeah, some little thing would make me laugh, and then I would not stop laughing, and I'd just be
like crying,
tears, just crying, bawling, just yeah.
Mine was more like I think Seneca would be the kind who'd just be like mean drunk or like sleepy drunk. Like one of the two. I feel like she'd just be like, let's get out.
Drunk. I don't think I'm a mean person necessarily.
I don't think you'd be mean. I feel like you'd be like, if someone like pushed you or something, you'd be like, and you'd be like, sorry, kind of like that, or you'd go to sleep. It's one or the other. In my mind. For Heather, I just think Heather wants to go home. She doesn't want to be here anymore. She goes, oh, I have a headache.
She'd be like, I'm tired.
Yeah. Again, without being drunk, Heather is like,
you think so? I'm not like that. I'm not. You think I'd just be the wet blanket of the party? Like, ugh, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. Really?
I feel like I'd just be more sleep deprived than drunk.
Yeah. What I think Seneca would do is that she either. I do agree that she might be a sleepy drunk. Like just puts her head down on the table and falls asleep while everyone else is like having conversation at the dinner table or whatever. Or remember that one time in English class where she was just unnatural. I feel like it
was so funny. She was just so off that day. It was so she did not like act like herself the entire day. I don't even know what it was. Something she was just not.
It was just strange because
you're just not there.
Seneca like laughs and stuff, and she'll do like mini laughs or whatever. But I wouldn't necessarily constitute her as like a giggly person, like strictly a giggle.
Yeah,
then,
no,
like,
she doesn't end up
like
crying.
Bubbly like Disney princess giggles coming out of her mouth, and she could not stop. And we were all like, Seneca, are you okay? Like,
I don't think that's gonna be her. I don't think that's her drunk. I think that's her on something else. Like, I don't think that would be her drunk. If you know what I mean.
That'd be me drunk. I think it'd be one or the other.
I feel like you'd just be super duper chill and just like sleepy and be like, I'll stay here. Okay.
That's me on caffeine.
When you drink caffeine, you get sleepy? That's the opposite of what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, no, I fell asleep.
Seneca's built different.
Yeah, I'm just built different.
So that eliminates
so tired.
Yeah, that eliminates both Seneca and Heather. And when I think about myself, I think I'm either gonna be like stupid and do like stupid stuff, or I'd be sleepy. So like
No,
that
I feel
takes
like
away.
I feel like Melanie, you would just become incredibly irresponsible, right? Like all of the like responsibility and inhibitions you
what
have
I'd be
now,
thinking?
like your desire to be like a proper, well-structured human being you just would not give
It
about
doesn't
anything.
exist.
You just
For me,
wouldn't
Yeah,
I
care.
think she would be an absolute child, like full on just toddler mode. I can so see that. Just like an actual child.
I feel Melanie would just rant nonstop. I don't know why. I feel like that's what she
Oh yeah,
would
that
do.
too.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think
I
you'd be the
do.
pissed off one, the
That's what I do
irresponsible
when
one,
I'm on
or the
I feel like
sleepy
you'd be
one.
mad drunk. I feel like you'd be mad drunk.
Oh yeah, I'd be mad
Oh,
drunk,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, knocked out, sleep, and that's
Melanie would be super pissy. Like I can definitely see you going on like hardcore rants
oh,
about
we
like
love that for
this
me.
thing this like thing that you think is unfair, or about how car guy bugged you the other day, or like about about like the way that this one teacher graded your paper wrong. I feel like you would just sit there and you would just sort of like
Like-
kind of low key flail your arms, and you would be
Oh,
very
yeah.
heated and very
Yeah.
sure that you were right, and we'd all just sort of like pat you on the back like, that's nice, Melanie.
Yep. Okay. Sweetie.
I would just record
we
and
got it
laugh
now.
at her.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, I think I'd be too drunk to record.
She-
I feel like Heather would record.
I would be the one.
Oh.
I'm the one who's
For
always
me,
taking
I feel like I
pictures,
wouldn't be the one that would get drunk though, because I don't think
Yeah.
I would drink that
You're the least likely
irresponsibly.
to get drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I'd be the least likely to get
you'd be
drunk.
the most likely to be like designated driver.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I've made so many jokes about you, Seneca. Like when you go to your fencing tournaments, like you're drinking like by like the pools or whatever.
Right, yeah, no. Like I would once I turn 21, I'm gonna drink all that alcohol I want. But like I don't think I'll get drunk though.
Oh, you just
Like,
you
I
just
probably know
gonna
my
have a really
limit.
high tolerance. Wait, who do we think is gonna
Yeah.
have the lowest tolerance? Because
Eva.
I'd say either Eva or Melanie.
I don't think it'd be me.
I'd only end up with the highest tolerance mostly because I'd probably end up drinking a lot. Without
You
getting
just build
drunk.
it up.
Yeah.
Build
No, I
up
would
that
do
Maybe
that.
tolerance.
That was
she would record. She would
that
take
is
pictures, wouldn't she?
something I would do that. That was so something I would do. Just build up my tolerance just for
I
the
don't
day
know.
I get to
I
watch
feel
all of you
like-
guys get drunk.
Just so that when we all go out, you're like the most sober one.
I actually feel like Seneca wouldn't take pictures because she just wouldn't be bothered. She'd be much more content to just sort of sit back and watch it all happen
Like
in
just
person.
watch it in real time. That's true.
Yeah. She wouldn't bother with a camera.
You be the cameraman.
I think
I
she would
would be
provoke
the
us.
cameraman.
You know, just like egg us on a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit.
just like purposely mess with you, make you guys trip and then laugh at you.
She'd be like, Melanie, remember that one time we're like chemistry test? You know, she'd be like, yeah, that's right.
You would just
That
be
teacher.
a great instigator. I would.
Yeah,
I
just
feel
cause
like
a bunch of problems.
all of my pictures would gradually get more and more blurry as the night goes on.
Mhm.
It's just like,
Just to say, my ability to hold the camera steady dwindles.
Like mine was just more elimination method. Like Eva would be the funniest, I'd say.
Eva, yeah, I think Eva would definitely be the funniest.
Alright.
I don't know if
Eva,
that's
you
good
wanna
or bad. Okay, should we move on to the next question?
Sure.
Okay, so who's most likely to commit a crime,
oh,
and then what crime would they commit?
Seneca, I think I know your answer.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know.
There's two categories for me. Is it on purpose or is it by accident? If it's
Yeah, I was
by
about to say,
accident-
like, purposefully or an accident.
If it's
So I
on
feel like
accident,
me and
what's up,
Melanie could do some
Melanie?
accidental stuff that we're like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, what?
I feel like Eva and Melanie would just accidentally do property damage. Just like like
No, I was
like
thinking
like accidental
theft or
vandalism.
something. I was thinking theft or like just stealing. I wouldn't
I
think
think
it's anything
Seneca
major.
would do either on purpose theft or on purpose arson.
If
Seneca-
Seneca did it on
arson as
purpose,
well.
she would
Seneca-
get
Seneca
caught,
gives
and
me
that's
big
that.
arson vibes.
Arson, yeah.
Just
Get
Seneca
caught.
would be such a good liar, though.
She is. Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
well,
What?
Seneca
Mr.
would get-
Wilson dead? Huh?
What?
I
know,
forgot.
Surprisingly
No,
enough,
think about this logically. I was in my house, therefore there's no way.
surprisingly enough, I don't think murder is something Seneca would do.
Seneca
I
wouldn't
feel like
actually do that.
I mean, she wouldn't actually do arson either, right? We're talking in
What's
hypothetical.
that?
Yeah.
But
Unless-
But I feel like I definitely feel like very heavy on the arson. But I don't think she'd be particularly good at squeaking her way out of the investigation. It's just that no one would suspect her in the first
Yeah,
place.
no one would suspect her in
Like,
the first place. She wouldn't get
She
it.
has real strong arson vibes, but she would just sort of get a good clean getaway, and so then no one has any reason to sort of peg her, so then no one questions her, and she just goes about her life just regularly.
I mean, for
Flashbacks
the
at
murder
Christmas.
thing, it's not that I feel like for me, if it was to commit murder, I wouldn't do it. I would make someone else do it for me. Like I would come
Yeah.
up with a plan, everything.
I feel
I'd be
like
like the
Seneca
brains
couldn't be
behind it, but not
bothered.
doing it. Yeah, I
Mhm.
wouldn't be. Well, it depends.
Well, she
like,
said,
either I
like, during the
wouldn't bother to
trolley
actually do
problem.
anything in the first
Oh, I wasn't here
place.
for that
I would
episode.
much rather be the brains of the crime than actually committing the crime myself. That's what I'm thinking.
You don't want to do the dirty work.
I don't think
Yeah,
she'd
I
ever
don't wanna
hate
do the
someone
dirty
enough to actually want
Yeah.
to, or actually go through with
that
murdering
too.
them.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like,
I don't think any of us would actually commit actual murder. I have
think
strong
Melanie
faith
would.
in the
No.
content of our characters.
I think Melanie would.
Yeah, out of all of us,
Or
Melanie is
what?
most
What
likely
would be
to.
the reason
no,
for it?
oh my god, my scissors incident, I would like accidentally just like whoops, just like oh, and then I'd be so like I feel so
It wasn't
guilty.
actually that bad, I swear. But
Melanie,
no, yeah.
Melanie is someone who would murder someone because they wouldn't leave her alone. Like either if it was like some
I
creep
could
following you around, or
I'm
like
very obvious when I want people to leave me alone, though.
yeah,
Like, I'm
someone
very
who
much
couldn't take a hint,
stand
right?
for
If someone, I feel like the one if Melanie were to murder someone, it's because they just wouldn't leave her the fuck alone. She'd be like,
No,
you know what, and then just stab them.
No, like, you guys remember this. Like, I told you guys, I become a jerk if they really don't get it at one point. Then I just become a jerk and I go full mean mode. And
I
I'm
mean-
like,
I mean, one
Yeah.
could constitute murder as jerkish behavior.
if
Maybe
any of us would purposely commit a crime, let's all be real here. Like,
Yes, we should-
purposely?
yeah.
I don't think.
Disclaimer. We're speaking in hypotheticals.
Yeah.
None of us would ever
Oh, is it
actually
working
commit
now?
a crime. We're all moral, upright citizens who have empathy
Mostly.
and good
I
sense of
don't
right
know.
and wrong.
You're speaking out for me very factually, and I'm like, I don't know if I can.
So, yeah, none of us would actually commit a crime purposely. Accidentally, me and Eva, one of us, because we're just, like, clumsy-ish.
Yeah,
in that
possibly.
way.
We're just kind of clumsy.
The next question: who's most likely to cause a world war?
I feel
This
like
one's really big picture.
this one, yeah. So this is in this hypothetical situation. We're not talking about us individually. This is like if one of us were to like have like rule a country or something, be president or something. Like, because you need to have some sort of power to start a world war, right? So if we were all in positions of power, which one of us would start the world war? Not with each other, but just with the rest of the world.
Mhm.
With like other countries and whatnot. Okay.
I don't think it'd be me.
I
Like-
think
Weirdly
think
enough,
it
I think Melanie
depends.
might do it by accident.
I feel like
And
she-
again, by accident. I
That's
say
true.
something
that's
wrong,
true.
and they're
That's
like,
true. Like,
You accidentally offend a lot of people, and you just
That's
end up
true.
in the middle of the war.
yeah, I feel like each person would like each person might start a war, but it'd be for different reasons. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm saying Heather or Melanie.
Seneca,
Like opinions, like there's gonna be like a difference in just stupid opinions, and they're gonna be like, no, I'm right, and then
Oh,
that
yeah,
will
yeah,
just
yeah.
cause
Oh,
chaos.
you
And
say-
they're
so
like,
you
Get me
think
over
I'm-
my stubbornness.
I'm
Or
so
Heather, yeah,
stubborn,
difference in opinions, yeah. For
cause
Eva,
world war.
I feel like she wouldn't be able to. I feel like she'd just be in the middle, kind of like just like, oh, this is happening. I'm gonna stay neutral. Not
I feel like you'd be in the middle. Remember our debatable stuff? So it's like we need to do this. It's like no, we need to do this. And it could be like, well, let's go in the middle. It's
Well,
whatever the middle option is.
I'm
Just
gonna
whatever.
I
I
feel,
wouldn't be able to cause a war by accident because like if it's by opinions and whatnot, I'll always probably be very neutral about it. But like
Exactly. So
but
you
I
wouldn't.
would
You just be like, eh.
I would
I think-
totally start a war for fun.
What I think what would happen is that Eva is the one who would get caught up in the war. Like Eva's the country that would be invaded by the bigger country that the other
She's
I
countries
don't mean
Belgium.
to start like some like that's how it starts.
Yeah,
She's Belgium.
you would be like casualty. Your country would be like casualty of the war. So you wouldn't necessarily start it.
Catalyst of the war.
And I feel like Seneca would be Seneca's country would have a very large like militia,
Mhm.
but they would sort
Yeah, it
of
should be good, but
stay
they
out
stay
of it.
out. They would stay out of the war.
My question is, moving on. My question is, who is the most likely to be haunted by ghosts and why? Eva would be haunted. Eva would be haunted by like the really curious ghosts that lived in the
Casper?
house she just moved into. Like you would make friends with them. Like there would be some random ass ghosts in your house that were just sort of there, but they'd be like the innocent kind of ghosts that are just sort of kind of confused but want to be friendly. They'd be those kind of ghosts. So you would just vibe with them. Seneca would have a full ass demon living in her house, and she would just ignore it.
But she would
like,
not care.
She would ignore it. Like it wouldn't be able to hurt her. It's like, you know, those like montages where like the main bad guy is trying to hurt the main hero, but through a series of like incredibly sporadic strokes of luck, the hero just never gets grazed by anything the villain throws at them. I feel like it'd be like that. That would just be her life.
So I just gotta have like a demon pet inside my basement.
What would Heather's be? What would Heather's be?
Heather's would be like
just some random passerbys. I don't think she actually.
She'd have like a random encounter, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think they actually.
I'd have a one-off encounter with a ghost, and then just be on my merry way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why? Out of all of,
she would like cling on to it. She'd be like, guys, well, one time.
Yeah.
I tell the story like 12 times. To be fair, I don't mean to do the thing where I tell the same story like several times, and you're like, Heather, we've heard this story 3 times before. I don't mean to. It's just that I forget which stories I've told and which stories I haven't told. Also, I love how like a common strain out of all of our answers is Heather is just sort of the most normal. Like I wouldn't be any interesting when I was drunk. I just sort of want to go home, right? And I wouldn't actually ever commit any crimes because I'd be too wimpy, right? And like I might start a war because I'm stubborn. But I would have like one ghost. Like I have the most normal life.
It's
like,
good.
Is a regular ass person.
I'm just that cat in this entire situation.
All right.
Like
I am gonna leave now because I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
Get better.
Get better.
I'm sure we'll target you in the next episode. We'll be like, yep, it's Heather.
I thought we need 4.
No, we need 4 and then 1 for the bonus.
Oh, we can do the bonus ourselves if you want.
I can survive the bonus.
We can do a
bonus question.
We don't have one yet.
Well, I'll leave.
Which one?
Bye-bye.
Alright, bye.
Bye, get better.
For the ghost one, I was just gonna say, like, my sleep paranoia ghost that came around 2 years ago for like 2 months. 10.
Oh, I don't think
so fun.
Actually, I'd probably be haunted by someone that I just accidentally offended.
No, I'd be haunted by
people
that I offended, and I'd be like, okay. Like, I don't think I care too much about it. I'd be like, I deserve it, but I don't care enough to, like, do
I don't think I would deserve it.
No, I'd be like, yeah, I deserve it. Okay, I see your point. Yeah, that's it. Like,
touche, but like, I'm just gonna do me now.
So that was today's episode of Mindless. We really hope you enjoyed. We will have a part 2 coming up next week. And yeah, find us on all our social medias. On Instagram, it's mind_less_podcast. On Twitter, it's MLPodcast3. And then on all our stuff have links, like, on each of our places. So in our YouTube bios, all our links to literally everything we have. So yeah, we really hope you enjoyed, and come back next week for a brand new episode. Bye!